Welcome to Sam Pebbles. The purpose of this series is to make philosophy accessible and understandable to the working public. I have here our resident theologian, Harvard philosopher, and Buddhist, Dr. Hogan. And he has some rebuttal or objections to my comments regarding truth and ethics.
All right, we can go into Hume is or not. It's conventionally thought that Hume destroyed any connection between a fact statement is and a moral statement ought. But that's not true. All Hume said was there is no necessary deduction between is and ought. He never said there's no induction. Hume's conventional untruth governed moral philosophy for a century at least. But in the 1960s, Oxford philosophers recovered from that false defeat. There was a group of people who completely bought into Hume who were called emotivists, like emotion, emotivists. A.J. Ayres, A-Y-E-R. A.J. Ayres is a classic emotivist, and he said that moral statements are no different than saying, I like ice cream. But then you had R.M. Hare, H-A-R-E, prescriptivist, as in prescription. Prescriptivist. R.M. Hare said that moral statements have to have a certain form. They have to be universalizable. They have to apply to everyone in a similar situation. Your Aristotle ethic is back. So that's prescriptivism. And then you have descriptivism, as in described, descript. And there's several of those. C.L. Stevenson was a prescriptivist as well. C.L. Stevenson. In descriptivism, you have several developments. But I like G.J. Warnock, N-O-C-K, G.J. Warnock. He was a mentor of George Will, the famous TV personality. Warnock argues that if you inventory the wide variety of human experiences, induction, if you inventory these wide variety of experiences, you can induce certain moral assertions from them. Now, others can induce others. It's not like there's only one form of descriptivism. You can have multiple reasonable views of inductive morality. But the point is that you can induce morality. And now we've come back. What's your response?
You just made the problem worse. Induction is going from a specific to the general, such as this raven is black, therefore all ravens are black. I mean, you've just made the problem worse.
No. That's deduction.
That's induction. Induction is going from the specific to the general. So I see one. No.
It's going from the general observation to the specific.
No. The general observation is that all the ravens that I've seen are black, therefore all ravens are black.
Oh, I see what you're saying. All right, I see.
So how does that get you to an ought any easier than deduction? I mean, all the ravens I've seen are black, therefore all ravens are black. Those are two is statements. So how do you jump to an ought, saying that all ravens ought to be black?
Well, you're destructive, man. Oh, Val. Oh, I don't know what to say.
Well, what was the thing about Milton that you were going to...
Milton.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Milton. Areopagitica. Don't ask me to spell it. In his great speech to Parliament, which was never spoken, it was written. And Milton's Areopagitica, it's a defense of freedom of speech, which actually goes back to what you're saying. If nothing is true, then everything can be asserted. And Milton clearly thought that was the case, as we commonly do now, except on TV. His metaphor for explaining why everything can be asserted and nothing is true was taken from the myth, the Egyptian myth of Isis and Osiris. And in the myth, Osiris is cut up into hundreds of pieces. He's killed. And Isis searches for every piece to collect them so as to reassemble her loved one. And Milton says, the search for truth is like Isis's search for the pieces of Osiris, which could never be fully recovered. Until, because Milton was a Christian, a Protestant Christian, he attacked the Catholic Jesuits viciously. But Milton says that ultimately the truth is a transcendental object that will never be achieved, something in the future that is only perceived when Jesus returns to earth. So that all discussion of philosophy, theology, politics, whatever, all discussion are mere attempts at acquiring the truth that you cannot acquire. That's Milton. But I wanted to go back to Buddhism eventually, but what would you say about Milton?
Yeah, I guess it sounds nice, but let's get down.
That's what you always say. It sounds nice.
Yeah, I mean, let's get down to the heart of the matter, right? The red pill, blue pill, all right? I'm giving you a choice here. Here's the choice. I have this red pill here. You take this red pill, you're going to fall asleep, and you're going to dream your perfect life. I mean, you're going to get tenure at Harvard. You're going to be well respected. You're going to have either a perfect marriage or 70 virgins or whatever. You're going to have a long
72. No, 72 virgins.
Whatever. You take this red pill. You're going to have a long, happy life. You're going to die peacefully, well respected, with many friends, with many family, well loved, and you're going to have a peaceful death. And you're going to die never knowing that you lived a dream. All right? That's the choice I'm giving you with the red pill. The blue pill. I give you the blue pill. You're going to wake up in a mechanical submarine in which you and the rest of the crew are engaged in a constant battle to beat the powers that be, consisting of these robot machines. You're going to be living in this mechanical submarine, not with any hot women in leather strips like the movie. You're going to be working in engineering 12 hours a day. You're going to be with a bunch of ugly, smelly, sweaty guys. You're not going to have any guarantee of success. You may die in battle. If you don't die in battle, you're going to be retired, an old, battle-worn man, and you're going to die an outcast alone and no one caring about you and not even knowing if the battle will ever be won. So which pill are you going to pick?
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up because
you have a choice here.
Well, first of all, I know people who've picked the blue pill. They're naval submariners like you.
Who know the reality of living in a submarine, not the Matrix delusion.
Yes, exactly. But the problem with your question, it's a false dichotomy. The Buddhists would say there's no difference between the two pills.
There isn't, huh?
Correct.
So you'd be willing to pick the blue one because the red option is just as good. No. The Buddhists would refuse to pick. No, you can't. That's not part of the game. You can't refuse. You gotta pick one.
Well, that's why it's a false dichotomy. I mean, that's a false choice. There are other choices. Is the point? There are other choices.
What's the other choice?
Well, I mean, to use the crude colors you're using, the Buddhists would say that you can accept your submariner's hell, which is dukkha, 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 while also knowing that the dream is real.
You're going back to, I'm dreaming and not dreaming at the same time.
Yes.
You're going back to illusion. So you're picking a red pill, even though you don't want to admit it.
No, you're not. You're picking both.
You're picking the illusion that things can be and not be at the same time.
Ultimately, yes, that's correct. That's correct. You got it right. Yeah. Conventionally, you're picking the blue pill. Ultimately, you're picking the red pill.
Because illusion is better.
No, illusion is reality.
Yeah, I guess well, now you're confusing me. See, that's the advantage of Buddhism. I mean, just not be and not be. So I've lost track of which pill is will. So you're refusing to make the choice, huh?
Correct.
All right, you're cheating.